Hello students, welcome back. Today we are going to learn lesson number 5, Understanding Time. In our last class, I have explained you all the means of understanding time. Hope you all have understood the concept well. Before we start with our today's class, let me just have a quick recap of what we have learned in our previous class. Time has three parts: past, present, future. What has gone by is the past. What is going on now is the present. What is yet to come is the future. School timetable, calendars and clocks are the means to understand time. History means the events of the past. We can get an understanding of time through historical monuments, statues, coins and shards of pottery. This was all about means to understand time. Now we shall see how can we measure time. To understand and measure time, it is divided into various ways. Now look at this. This is a clock. How many hands can you see in a clock, children? Correct. It has 3 hands. And what does each hand indicate? The short hand is the hour hand and it points to the current hour. The long hand that goes around on a clock is the minute hand. 60 minutes make a hour. That is, 1 hour is 60 minutes. The hand that moves around on a clock the fastest is the second hand. 60 seconds make a minute. That is, 1 minute is 60 seconds. So, all the hands continuously rotate around the dial. Similarly, we can measure time in terms of day and night. That is, sunrise and sunset. And also with the help of a calendar. Can you tell me how many days make a month? Right, 30 or 31 days. But February is the month which has 28 or 29 days. Children, when does February has 29 days? Very good. When it is a leap year, February will have 29 days. Leap year comes after every 4 years. What do you mean by a fortnight? 15 days of a month make a fortnight. Similarly, 7 days of a month make a week. A year has 365 days. But if it is a leap year, it will have 366 days. So, this is how time can be measured. Although time can be measured in various ways, we need certain instruments to measure it. Today, we are well advanced in technology, so we can easily measure time with different kinds of instruments. But how was time measured in olden times? The basic unit of time was the period of daylight. For a long time, it was measured with a shadow of a vertical object, that is sundial. It is also known as sun clock. This instrument was first used by Egyptians for measuring the parts of the day. Later on, water clock oil lamps and hourglass were used to measure time. These instruments adjusted or marked the passing of 1 hour with the movements of water, oil and sand. When technology advanced further, pendulum clock and mechanical clock were invented in 1656. Can you identify and name this picture? Correct. It is an hourglass. So let's learn and understand about the hourglass in detail. Hourglass was invented in the 8th century by a French monk, Liutprand, and it came into use in Europe in 14th century. It consisted of two glass bulbs connected vertically by a narrow neck that allows the sand to flow from the top vessel to the lower vessel. Hourglass is the recognized symbol of time, that is 1 hour. This device was used not only to measure time but also conveyed a hidden message which says time is passing by. Means the sand flowing from the top vessel to the bottom vessel indicates time will run out from every human's life. As in the previous class we had studied, time waits for no man. Time can be divided into second, minute, hours, day and night, week, fortnight, month and a year. So here the explanation part is being done, children. Now let us have a quick recap of what we have learnt. Time is measured by using instruments such as water clocks, calendars, hourglass, etc. Time can be divided into various parts. Hourglass came into use in Europe in 14th century. So children, we have completed with the explanation part of the whole lesson. I hope you understood both the parts very well. Now, as we have done with the explanation of the lesson, kindly open your EVS textbook, page number 31. Please note, in our last class, we have already read page number 30. So today, we shall start reading from page number 31. Try to read along with me. Can you tell how do we measure time? To understand time, we divide it into seconds, minutes, hours, day and night, fortnight, month, year. Children, what do you mean by fortnight? Very good. 15 days in a month makes a fortnight. In this way, time can be measured. Water clocks, clocks and the calendar are instruments of measuring time. Do you know? In the 14th century, the hourglass came into use in Europe. It consisted of two connected glass vessels fitted in a wooden frame. Dry, fine sand was poured into one of the vessels. The connecting hole between the vessels allowed the sand in the top vessel to fall into the lower vessel. The hourglass was constructed in such a way that it took 1 hour for all the sand to fall from one vessel into the other. The clock was turned over as soon as all the sand had fallen into the lower vessel. This is how a period of 1 hour was measured. These clocks were used in India too. Try this. Children, this activity was given to you in our last class. I hope you all have done it and completed the activity. Please turn your page. Can you tell why do we make partitions of time in different ways? For convenience of everyday work, time is divided in different ways. For example, while using words like now, a while ago, in a while, or today, yesterday, and tomorrow, we are unknowingly measuring time in our minds. What we have learned. For convenience of day-to-day work, time is split into parts. When we use words like right now, in a while, or later, we unknowingly measure time in our minds. Time is measured by using instruments such as clocks, calendars, and school timetables. Time is divided into parts such as second, minute, hour, day and night, or week, fortnight, month, and year. We get an understanding of time through historical buildings or old objects like coins, statues, or shreds of pottery found in an area. They help us to understand the history of that place. So here we have finished reading the lesson. Hope you have done it. Children, please have the habit of reading the lessons after we complete teaching you. The notes and the difficult words related to this lesson will be given to you all in the form of PDF. So that's all for today. Have a nice day. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.